A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Yellow. Go on, 80. Hey, 57 colors. 57 colors. Hey, rip left. Finish again.
Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Mahomes to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. A first down carry for Barkley. And down inside the 15 he goes. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Back at the 17-yard line.
Wait. 50. Defense wins championships, baby.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mahomes dancing to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination.
Alert 3.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. He can run for it, and he will. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And the kick by Butker is good. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
Here we go.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he rifles one incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing in too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's Hill on the return. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's He's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. D. Ford make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Get 300. Get 300.
Come again. Here I come again.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flushed out right. And the pressure gets to him again. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up.
And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Mason Crosby for the
So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That sack came from the corner. On the corner blitz, it was Josh Jackson. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes, and going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 2nd and 12, Rodgers into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
57 color, 57 color.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Rolling to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. They're going to run it with Barkley. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Over. Strip that ball. Deuce.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 82 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Mahomes now 6 of 10 of this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught at the 10. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Rodgers now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Get that quarterback!
Rodgers going to throw. Eluding the pressure, and he's going to go down again. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Let's get off the field.
50.
Mike, 53.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, wahoo!
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold.
1st down, Packers.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
58!
Right there, 56.
10-30!
Back to you. I'm going back to you.
Pilot, 64, weak.
To throw is Rodgers. Operating from the gun. Flush to his right. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 31, Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Give him 30 yards there. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
I'm going to hit you.
Aaron Jones with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Crosby with the extra point, and that will get them one closer. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. The 30. 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And this will remain a one-score game as the lead holds at 8. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Watch it.
Easy. Blue draw quarter. Inside. Flip it down.
To throw again, Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Chopper!
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert On 3rd and 9.
26.
53, Mike.
Hey, exit. Look at you.
To throw is Rodgers. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. Equanimous St. Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Operating from the gun. Rodgers flushed out right. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A 3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We're back now in KC. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Correct.
Check 37.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he will handle 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 41 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and through. And that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
General West.
On 1st down, Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over them. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his second touchdown of the night, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that will shave one more off this lead.
43. Packers 41.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs, 45 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the newest Chief, Tyrann Mathieu. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. From the 27, Rodgers going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Rodgers operating from the gun. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. From the gun, Rodgers. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make the...
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Escaping the... And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 9-yard touchdown run. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, twisting away.
That's it, baby. We gon' work.
The Packers take over first and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
13 yards, first down, Packers. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Undercrush. Recon, 132 fighter. Check 30.
Now Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10.
Check. Fresno.
Get 300. Hey, 88.
Back to throw. Rodgers. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Hey, Alpha.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Rodgers to throw. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Kansas City, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down.